What's going on, guys? This is Chris again, Chris the Tin Master. So today we're gonna talk about dot matrix, guys. It's a lot of confusion between dot matrix when we do window tint. For some people it is. People maybe they're already watching this video, they went through a situation like that. Or if you're new on this, I'm gonna explain exactly what sometimes you can expect or now, okay? So dot matrix. So for some reason, companies, they have these little dots on the glass around the edges, okay? I'm gonna be honest with you, I never Google why, I never ask why. I assume they do it for like look purposes, you know what I mean? Maybe more like a design. We don't know exactly. So pretty much what I'm trying to explain to you is this. Can you guys see that? Right there. So pretty much, if you don't know about it, you see this, everything looks so even, and then you see that, it's like, hey, well, you didn't push water right there. And actually, guys, we did push water. Everything is done like we always do in every car. But the problem is, window tint is made to stick in flat surfaces. So right here, everything right here is flat. So you might say, hey, well, right here is flat as well. Yes, it is flat. But the only issue right here is just, I don't know, you guys can see this kind of air gap they create. So pretty much these dots, I'm gonna rub my nail so you guys can hear it. Can you hear it? So this thing is creating a surface on top. So pretty much it's hard to the film, it's stretch and it stick between every little dot. So that's the reason why it creates the effect. So now I'm gonna show you that car right now so you guys understand what's going on. So I explain you this, and let's say you're my customers, and I'm gonna be honest with you, out of 10 customers, now not even 10, I say out of 50 customers, one of them is gonna have an issue with this. And sometimes, it's not, we don't want to explain every customer exactly the situation. It's just sometimes we get so busy talking with customers, and everybody show up, we talk about different materials, we talk about what shades they want to do, and sometimes we forget to explain what's going on with the dot matrix. Okay, so it's not, we don't do it on purpose. Sometimes we forget, and then when we finish the car and customer pick up the car and they see this, well, they don't see it right now from the inside, but on the outside, because of course when you pick up your car, you want to check everything is done right. So when they see this, they're like, hey, well, what's going on in there? Like, you didn't push enough water, or you're missing a piece. And then when we show them, we show them like, hey, look, we're not missing a piece, it's just on the inside. We explain exactly what's going on. They're like, well, let's say, if they see this car right now that I'm gonna show you. Can you see this? You guys can tell, so it looks a little bit different. It looks more even. So they can tell me, okay, well, how come this one they look like that? That maybe you push more water, you did that in mine. So it's not that, guys. The only reason why is just the dot matrix depends on the models, depends who built the car. They made this dot matrix a little bit more thin. When it's a little bit more thin, they're a little bit they're not thick as thick enough like the other one. So that's why I'm trying to kind of show you guys how it looks, so you guys get the idea. So if you guys see this one, you're gonna see a little bit of different pattern. It looks more open, so that kind of creates more gap to push all the water that holds in there is able to go out faster. So again, and I'm doing this video again because sometimes I go through this and we explain customers. Some people is able to understand, some people are like, no, I don't think you didn't do it right. So sometimes we even try. I'm gonna kind of explain your situation that I have with a customer. Okay, I'm the type of shop that I'm gonna try and make sure you stay happy. So they see that and like, look, this is normal, and he's like, no, pretty much that's exactly what happened. My windshield doesn't have it, my other windshield doesn't have it. And I explain them like, look, it's a difference when you see this little thin line around it, then you see a bigger piece, because now we're talking about more dots and the film is not gonna stretch enough. Right here, the film is able to stretch a little bit more, and the stick is still between those little dots. You know what I mean? It's a really small portion. And I'm gonna show you exactly how it looks when it's completely dry, guys. This car has been completely dry already. So can you see that? So actually you really don't see it at first eye, you know what I mean? It's not noticeable. If you get closer, you notice that white spot. So again, it's not because the film is not sticking, it's just the only reason why it's hard to film stick between the little dots. So that's why it creates kind of like an air gap between. Now again, you see it right there. So it's more noticeable when it's a bigger dot matrix. It's harder for the water to go out, and it's harder to the film stretch too much in order to not see it. Now if you notice on this one, you don't see it on this side, but you see it on this side. So same thing. That's exactly what I'm trying to explain you. You see how big this piece is right here? And now we get closer right here. It's hard to see it because it's dark. Let me get inside. And now stick with me. I mean, I know it might take a little bit longer than it's supposed to. So you see the small piece compared to this. So that's the reason why. So anyways, what I was saying, you know, I trying to explain to the customer what's going on. Customer, like, look, you know, I'm not really happy. And I told him, look, give it some few days, let it moist, you know. Something you guys need to understand, when we just barely finish a car, you know, you see video right now, you don't see nothing. If I get closer, you might still notice a little bit of, it's hard to see it. You notice a little bit of blistering. It's more on the outside. You might see it more on the outside than the inside. So anyways, you know, even we push water out, it's still moist. It's still water trapped between the glass and the film. So sometimes it's gonna take either 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, depends how weather it is. When it's summertime, honestly guys, in 3-4 hours, car is almost dry. So in 1 day, pretty much car will be full dry, all the moisture will evaporate. But what I'm trying to explain is, like, sometimes you pick up a car, you don't see anything, and their customers, you know, oh, well, you don't push enough water. We push all the water out. The thing, again, is still, when we finish a job, it's still gonna be moist. Water trap is still between the glass and the film. It's not a lot of water, it's just still water between. So anyways, when that dries, we're able to kind of push this dot matrix a little bit better because it's no more moist, you know what I mean? It's completely dry now, so we can try to touch it up a little bit more and make it look a little bit more better. Anyways, we're trying to do that. In this case, you know, in that case, it didn't work. Regardless, it will still look uneven. So pretty much that was the biggest issue. It looks uneven, you know, because you see this and it look good, and then you see this, it doesn't look good. So anyways, I'm trying to make my customer happy. Like, look, you know, this is what I'm gonna do. What I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna redo it again, because unfortunately, when you do a full windshield, in that case, it was a full windshield. You do a full windshield, you know, there's no way I can just cut right here and just add a piece. It's gonna look super ugly. It's not professional. So we had to redo the whole windshield. When we redo the whole windshield, we remove the film. It leaves a lot of glue. We have to use blades in order to remove the glue, and you know, especially in this windshield or in any windshield. And some glasses are really sensitive, so you kind of have to know exactly what you're doing. So by accident, we did probably like 2 or 3 scratches on the glass. So now, because that, I had to replace a full windshield. And again, the only reason it happened is because I'm trying to make people happy sometimes. But that's the reason why I'm making this video. I'm making this video not just for me. I'm making this video so if you go somewhere else, or maybe you're going through this situation, or you know, because normally that's what happens. You know, people, when they go through this situation, they start Googling, you know what I mean, or start checking, you know what I mean. So believe it or not, we don't try not making excuses. You know, as a tinters, it's not an excuse. It's unfortunately, it's something that's on the glass. So kind of get you an idea. You see this right here. So let's say this is the 10. So if you see my car is sitting flat, but when you go here, no matter what I do, this is not gonna go through these little gaps. So that's pretty much what's going on, you know what I mean? When we attach the film on the glass, film is attaching, and I mean, the film is on the glass, it's attached and everything. But again, it's not flexible enough, or it's not stretchable enough to stick between every little dot. So again, that's the reason why it creates that kind of air gap. And again, depends on the glass, depends on, you know, brands and stuff like that. Sometimes you can have good results, sometimes you cannot have good results. Now, for some reasons, again, that matrix is similar to this one. It's a little bit more thinner and a little bit more, it has more openings. You don't see really anything on that one. So again, we do the same process in every car. The only difference is depends on the glass, the dot matrix. Sometimes some dot matrix are really aggressive and film it will not even stick in the dot matrix. So again, guys, it's not that we don't want to do a good job, or you know, We don't know what we're doing. We know what we're doing. It's just unfortunately something that's out of our hands. So again, some people ask me, hey, well, why they put that? Oh, you know, it's any way you can remove that. I wish I can tell you I can remove that, but it's built in the glass, so we cannot remove it. Now, let's say in this case, well, this one, it doesn't have it. Let's see, around the edges. No, this one, it doesn't have nothing around the edges. But anyways, so same thing here, you know what I mean? Most of the cars, you see it. It has this dot matrix. So now, can you see that? You see all this stuff right now is still moisture. It's still moist between the glass and the film. So we're in California. Right now, weather is kind of weird. It's really fresh in the morning. So it kind of warm up a little bit in the afternoon. And I guess it gets colder. So right now, you know, we're in the shadow. So we're about 65 degrees, which is really beautiful. But what I'm going is right now, that's why you still see a lot of moisture, because it's still, you know, it's not hot enough to completely dry right away. So right now, we're asking for 3 days to completely dry. But what I'm trying to say is right now, you see, it look kind of even and then uneven, even and uneven. And people told me like, well, you know, how come right here it look good but not right here? You know what I mean? So I understand, because you guys don't know, it's common sense, you know, like, well, you push your water, it's supposed to, you push it even, so why, you know, it looks like that. So I get that, but again, we push the water even. It's just unfortunately in some parts it's gonna show faster than in other ones. But as soon as this is completely dry, you're gonna see a white line around it, like I show you on that windshield over there. And now can I just show you a windshield? Let me see if I can show my company van. This one actually is built outside. So now, you know what? Good thing I'm gonna show this. So now, this one. If you see this one, you don't see anything. And I'm gonna show you the reason why. So sometimes, again, same thing. This is a Ford. Those are Toyota and Honda. This one, in this case, I can rub my finger. Look, you won't hear anything. So this dot matrix is built between the glass. So it's inside the glass, it's not on the outside. So that's why you don't see, like, you see the dot matrix as well right here. But if I show you on the outside, I mean, and actually you can see it. I mean, you can see the difference how it looks. It's not on the outside surface. It's built between the glass. So pretty much everything is flat right here. Everything is flat. So that's why you don't see in that one. So again, I'm trying to show a few samples, guys, so you guys understand the reason why you see things like that. This one right here, this one, it doesn't have it. Look, you see the difference? You're gonna see right here. This one has a factory glass, so it's actually harder to see something like that. But I'm trying to still show you. So when there's no dot matrix, look, you don't see anything at all. Let me show you this car. This is a neighbor's car. He parked right here every day. It's not dot matrix, so you don't see anything. But you see this little thin white line? You know, this is pretty much the board when they built this dot matrix. Well, this is not dot matrix, but Teflon tape, or I don't know how they call it. But that's pretty much the reason why you see stuff like that. So anyways, guys, if there's any question or concern, give us a call. But that's the reason I'm doing this video, for that matrix. And again, normally the cars that have, the most common cars that have this issue, it will be BMWs, anything from 2005 and up. I think those coupe BMWs, it has a big issue. Honda Accords, the two-door Honda Accord, it has a huge dot matrix. Pretty much you see this from here to here, it has a dot matrix. The two-door coupe, Honda Civics too as well. Like there's few cars that you're gonna have this issue, and unfortunately it's nothing we can do about it. Sometimes we can sand the dot matrix, and let's say these back windows, we can sometimes sand the dot matrix a little bit, kind of reduce it, kind of make it a little more thin, and trying to make the dot matrix look better. Now, sometimes there's few techniques that we can try, and they might work, but they might not work. So unfortunately, you know, it's a hit and miss, you know what I mean? We can tell you, you know, it's hard for us to promise you, hey, look, it's gonna look 100%, because it's not. Now, the second way to fix something like this, normally I would not even do it in a windshield, but let's say if you're going in an issue in a back window, pretty much what we do, we cut the film right at the edge, and then we put a piece of black vinyl. So on the outside, you're not gonna see anything, but now, again, vinyl is stretchable, it's flexible. So now vinyl, and then you can start it dry. It can attach between every little dot, and it won't be, you won't see the white spots at all. But the only issue is when you see it on the inside, you see with a black part and then the film. So again, it's few things that we can do, but unfortunately, at the end of the day, we can try to do our best, guys. So there it goes, guys. Again, if there's any question, you can give us a call anytime. Shout number is 909-570-9954. I hope this video is kind of helpful. For you guys. When it becomes that issue, I've been trying to make this video a long time for that, because I know it. I mean, if even you go to Google and you put that matrix, you're gonna see a lot of pictures of different films looking like that. And the only reason why, because some customers sometimes they think we're trying to make excuses. But it's not, we're trying to make excuses. Unfortunately, it's something that's in the glass and it's hard to make it look good. So there it goes, guys. So what I'm trying to do is, if you see maybe another car, like I explained you on that one, I explain you the reason why. So you cannot compare every car as the same. So cars are different, you know what I mean? The way they build the glass is different. So like I said, some that matrix, they're built between the glass. Again, in this case, they're not. But anyways, thank you for watching our videos. Leave a comment if you have any questions, or you want to maybe me talking about something. Any questions you might have, you know, just leave a comment and we'll make sure we'll make a new video, guys. All right, thank you.